Good morning, everybody.
What up, bitch? Damn, I look good.
So David's freaking out right now. Can't you tell he's fidgety?
Everything is okay.
As flames are burning behind you. All right, tell him, babe. Why are you so anxious? What's going on?
I'm pregnant. I'm just kidding. We have been looking for a facility now for, I don't know, 2 years now, like a new facility, because our facility is not that big, and I think we've definitely outgrown the facility. But we've come to the realization that commercial warehouses do not want to lease to a gym or even sell to a gym. So the zoning and parking usages don't allow for it. So we've been looking elsewhere, like at retail, because retail does allow for it. However, retail is extremely expensive. So we found a location that's near our current location that is 3 times the size. It's a single owner landlord, so we don't have to worry about a corporation. Thank the Lord. The reason I'm nervous here, and I'm being honest with you guys, is because I didn't think that this building was gonna work. I was like, oh, it's in really bad shape. The parking lot's in bad shape. It's gonna need a lot of improvements. You know what? Like, let's just go to it and look, but like, I'm not tripping too much. Like, we're probably just gonna have to re-sign our lease here because there's no other spaces available. So we get there, and it's like, holy f, this could totally work. The numbers work, the building works, the size works, the location works. The parking lot is actually redone. The roof is redone. The air conditioning's redone. It's like, fuck, this is way better than we thought it was gonna be. So I'm freaking out because if you are an entrepreneur or a business owner, you know that making these steps nerve-wracking. Going to a bigger facility, taking on more responsibility, like these things, like this is part of, and this is why, like, I know inside, like, I'm nervous, like that means I need to do it. Like that means I need to do it. Because if the numbers line up, then it makes sense. But because I'm nervous, I'm being a fucking pussy. Like, dude, if the numbers make sense, it's gonna be better for our customers. It's gonna be better for us in the long term. It's gonna be better for the community because there's no gym like this in the area. And we're very big on community. Like, I just gotta do it!
So while David is going through this whole process in his head, it's my job and my wifely duty that I took an oath for that I can contain this amazing creature. So this is where I come into play, and that we're actually just joking around right now that I'm like a manager and like an assistant, like in one. And primarily because although I do have a vested interest, my goal is to make sure that we're taking things one at a time. We're not getting too ahead of ourselves, not getting super overwhelmed, then just kind of putting the pieces together without it being chaotic. We went into this, looking into this location with zero expectations. Still have zero expectations. We'll have to do some numbers, run some numbers and everything, but
This location has potential for sure. It is July 15th of 23. We are beginning the process for the new building, and we want to document everything from start to finish on how we are going to build a new facility and take you guys through the infuriating, the fun, the complicated, everything that comes with building a new facility. So finally, basically how it works is we went back and forth with the broker who's brokering the deal between us and then the landlord, because we are not buying, we are leasing. We've been in this for this kind of standstill for about 4 months now because the landlord didn't want to waste like a whole year in between when we would be actually taking over the facility, because it's like now the middle of July and our lease is up July of next year. So we're like, hey, we're not going to take the lease, we're not going to start paying rent next year until July 1st. So like, well, why are we fucking doing this like almost 2 years away? Because it takes that long to build a building. So, but it's a single owner, so he's never really been through this before. So he was a little nervous about signing a lease like a year and a half away, but it's now basically exactly a year away now. And so he's like, all right, cool, we can work on something now. So this is the process. We have agreed to start the LOI, which is called a letter of intent. And so basically we send them over a letter of like, hey, these are the basic lease terms, like nothing like super minute, but like we want to do it for this long. This is the price of it. This is the work that you're going to do, the work that we're going to do. But like very basic terms. So you can see that's what we're working on, all the red line. And so all the red lines are like adjustments that I've made. And then the black is what they sent over. So you kind of just do this process. You send it back and forth a couple of times. This is what I want. This is what you want. Well, let's add this. Let's take this out, this and that. So we are sending this back to them. I think that we should be good. I'm sending this back to the broker, and the broker will send this to the landlord. I think that this should be good. I think that what we're asking for and what they're getting is comparable, and I think we can meet in the middle. So we are super, super excited for this. We've been been working on this for like 3 years now, trying to get a fucking new building. Now, so Victoria, because we just got back from her work conference, we had a really cool speaker, Ed Milet, and he said something that he hasn't said in any previous talks before. And because he always talks about being the one. So like you are the one in your family who changes everything. But what he said is you also have to be looking for the one opportunity that comes up. So you always have to be open to that one opportunity that could change things. And so we used to get so discouraged because we used to look and look and look and look, and there was never any buildings that fit what we needed. And finally, because we were always looking, we never stopped. It was like, bam, one popped up and it was like off the beaten path, and it was like, dude, that might work. This is like a diamond in the rough. Why weren't we looking at this location? So this is the beginning of the process. So it goes this, if they approve this, we sign it. That's not binding, so we're not like set in stone. Then we actually begin a whole lease negotiation, and the lease is long. Like my last lease was like 60 something pages. So this is where you get into the very minute details. This is what you're liable. This is what you're liable for. This is the type of insurance you need to have. It needs to cover all this. You need to do this for maintenance. That's like the really minute stuff. And then if we decide that we like it and we sign the lease, then it's go time and it's time to rock and roll. But then at that point, we can start now purchasing equipment. We can start working on tenant improvements. We can start figuring out what the city is going to want from us. We are excited, but we want to take you through this entire process and show you guys from start to finish what happens when you need to build a facility. You see a TikTok video of someone like shit snapping their fingers and then comes to fruition. We're gonna show you the down and dirty of exactly what it takes. It is like 9:30 at night, and we just got back from Vegas today from our trip, and I was like, we need to get this LOI out as soon as possible. So hopefully on Monday or Tuesday, we'll hear a response back. We will see you then. It's been like a couple weeks since I did that last video. We have sent the LOI over to the owners of the building, and so far they haven't sent anything back saying no, but the broker has told me that they've met a couple of times and they're going over budgets on how much the tenant improvements are going to cost. They did hire an architect, which is a really good sign. They hired an architect to go over like the codes and stuff, so how much it's going to cost for like ADA bathrooms, how many toilets do we have to have, what is the air conditioning requirements that we're going to need, that type of stuff. That's good. That means that we're moving in the right direction, because if they didn't do that, then they would like nah, this definitely isn't going to happen. That means that they are extremely interested and things are moving forward. It is like the end of the first week of August. It's like August 8th today. I want this process to speed up, but you can only go as fast as how the landlords want it to go. So we are currently in a waiting game. There's nothing that we can do at this point. This is kind of how building and leasing goes, is that when you want to jump on something, you are at the mercy of the owners. So we're kind of at the mercy of them right now. Yeah, so this is where we're at. So we're waiting on them to get back to me to accept the LOI, the letter of intent that we sent out. Also, really cool, we are fun, but it's not fun because it's expensive. But the fun part is pricing out all the new equipment. Now we are pricing out all of the new machines and the new stuff that we're gonna be getting, which I'm really excited for. Some really cool pieces of equipment that we're gonna be getting. And then I'm also on the hunt online on eBay for like some old school pieces of equipment that are like some of the best ever created. But like I found one yesterday and I messaged the guy on eBay. He had posted it in like an hour, and then within an hour it was already sold. You'd think that people wouldn't be on eBay looking for fucking 90s equipment, but like that's how good some of this shit was made. That's the cool part, is like pricing everything out, seeing how much everything's gonna cost, and it kind of just brings back memories of when we were opening up our first gym, and it also reminds me on how expensive it was. But no, this is really exciting where we're at right now. So keep you guys updated. I think I made the decision that for vlogs, I'm not gonna carry a camera around. I think I'm just gonna buy the new iPhone and then just use the iPhone camera, honestly.
Can we use it as a write-off?
We might be able to, I don't know. So we are on the way to the new location that we haven't signed a lease for, but we are very, very close. So where have we been? I think I left off on, we were almost done with the LOI. So the next step now is we have to meet with the architect at the facility and do what's called a walkthrough. Because before we sign the lease, we have to know what the we have to do in terms of bathrooms, in terms of painting, air conditioning, walls, all that shit. And she can give us an idea of like, okay, like per the code, you need to do X, Y, and Z for this size of facilities. Highly regarded as a really good architect, because the architect that we used on the last one, just too many hiccups, and so we just decided to go with somebody else. It's the first time that we've seen the facility in almost 6 months, so I kind of forgot what it looks like, and we're gonna take way more pictures, way more videos, because we didn't take anything last time. We were kind of like, oh, look at this cool shit. But we didn't like actually take a video or a picture. Yeah, Victoria's just gonna be kind of capturing the moment that we, this is part of the process. This is the fun stuff, dude. You know, it takes a long time to work on this for like 6 months, but it's, you know, it's fun. What do you think?
Here we go again. It's nerve-wracking, but it's exciting, especially now we have a baby on the way. Yeah? See how it goes?
Bye.